Hey, what's going on? What's going on? My name is EA. Welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the week. We're going to go ahead and kick out another banger for y'all today. Uh, if this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. I appreciate you guys. As we go through this process, I hope y'all decide to give me a thumbs up, man. That thumbs up helps the channel more than you know. Look here. If you enjoy, we go through this. We put this on the line. We put ourselves on the line every time we come in front of you. If you enjoy bold flavor, comfort food with a touch of elegance, you're in for a treat today. Because today we're going to be preparing. Let me get this straight. We're going to do a chicken scampi with garlicky Parmesan rice with fresh spinach. Yeah, we're going to throw some fresh spinach in there also. You're going to throw a little twist on this dish. We're going to put my unique touch on it. If I put something, if I add anything to it, it's going to be that much better, right? It's going to taste that much better. Trust me. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's walk right into this process. We're going to use, of course, what we use every week. We're going to do that onion powder, goes with everything. We're going to use that garlic powder. We're going to use some. I got something new here. Some adobo, right? Adobo all-purpose seasoning. This is some delicious stuff right here, right? Makes it just electrifies the flavor on any dish you prepare. We're going to also use some paprika. We got our pepper here. We also have some poultry seasoning, okay? And in addition to that, we have a little red white wine. Now, we're going to talk about the white wine. If you don't want to cook with white wine, period, in general, it's not a problem. You can just substitute the wine ingredient with a little water or a little chicken broth, okay? Okay, we're going to be using rice, of course, and I like Uncle Ben's, all right? Because it cooks up really loose. It has a really nice texture. I really like the Uncle Ben's. We have our fresh spinach that I've already rinsed off. We have some Parmesan cheese. We have our butter. We're going to use 2 cups of 2 cups. It's going to be 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. We have 3 cups of chicken broth. By the way, the white wine that we'll be putting in our particular dish, it's a half a cup of wine of white wine. We also have 1 cup of mushrooms. We have 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic, and we also have about a little over a cup and a half of onions. I love onions. I like to put onions in everything. Onions flavor everything. Okay. We also have some Parmesan cheese, fresh Parmesan cheese. All right. In addition to that, the star of the story is, you guessed it, we have some beautiful, fresh, clean. Everything has been washed already. As you can see, I have my gloves on. We have some little tenderlings here, right? I had a whole pack, but I only decided to do a few of them, right? Because I didn't want to go strictly with the little tenderlings. What I have, the meat that we're going to be using is the boneless thigh. I love that boneless dark meat. That boneless thigh, man. The flavor is just so immense, okay? That's what we're going to be using, all right? So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get our meat prepped and everything, because we're going to put our meat in the refrigerator after we season it up and everything. We're going to put it in the refrigerator just so it can marinate, so the meat can just soak up all that good seasoning, okay? So look, let's go ahead and do this right now. We're going to go ahead and start seasoning our chicken, because you're going to season this chicken to taste, right? I'm not going to give you a teaspoon of this or tablespoon of that with regard to seasoning, because you folks know how to season your food. You know how much of one seasoning you want versus another. For the most part, and we like to stick to our routine, we like to use a lot of non-salted seasoning if we possibly can. And that's best for you if you have an issue with sodium, or if you don't have an issue with sodium, you should use sodium with moderation, okay? So we have our onion powder, and you can put as much of this non-salted seasoning on your meat or your dish as you want. And we also have the garlic. We're going to do that garlic powder in there. Okay. We're going to throw some pepper in here. And after we finish with this, we're going to shake it up. We're going to put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes then we'll move on to saute our spinach. All right. I got to take the top off of that. We're going to do a little paprika. Okay, got the paprika on there. Let's go ahead. I just purchased this, so let me just go ahead and take this off of here. This is our adobo. Now this does have a little salt, so I'm going to be very conservative with the amount of adobo seasoning that I put in here. Okay, I'm not gonna put much, not too much. Okay, because our butter, we're gonna be using butter, and our butter is also gonna be non-salted butter. Okay, got the paprika in there. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So what else we're gonna do? Well, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna mix it up. Let's just go ahead and mix this up. All right. Go ahead and mix that up like so. You know what I forgot to do? I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here. I normally like to put the olive oil in before I put the seasoning on, so it'll stick to the meat. Let's go ahead, like so. All right. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and get a little more pepper. Like I said, you're gonna season this to taste. I know I need more pepper in here, so I'm putting more pepper in here. I'm not putting no raw salt, but I'm gonna put my pepper in here, a generous amount of pepper, a generous amount of my garlic powder, a generous amount of my onion powder, a generous amount of my paprika, and a very generous amount of my adobo. Okay, so I got that pretty much mixed up. I'll go ahead and throw my top on here like this. About a 35, 40 minute meal. Don't take long. I'm just gonna do this here. Get it all shaken up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator, all right, for 20 minutes. And while this is marinating, we're gonna move over to the stove. We're gonna saute our spinach, okay? Okay, yo, let's go ahead and get this spinach, saute this spinach and everything, right? We already got the eye on and everything. We're gonna put a little olive oil in here. Put a little olive oil in the bottom of this frying pan. All right. Olive oil. We're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of butter in here. Just let that heat up. All right. Just let that heat up. Like so. Make sure our flame's low, like so. Yeah, let this melt down. While that's doing this thing, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and throw these onions in here, like that. Like you, and you know I love onions, so I have some on the side over here. I wasn't cheating. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. Onions in there. Then we're gonna throw these mushrooms in here. Gonna let these cook down a little bit before we introduce our spinach. Okay, let me turn the flame up just a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna let this cook down. And inside that rice, we're gonna have the delicious onions, mushrooms, and that sauteed spinach, and that garlicky Parmesan rice. I told you we add flair and twist, right? But if we add anything, remember, we add flavor, baby. We add flavor, straight up flavor. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a little garlic powder, put over in here. A little garlic powder. Throw a little onion powder in there. Let this saute like so. Before we introduce, let this cook down before we introduce that spinach. This is where your flavor is gonna come from. I mean, I'm talking about a boost of flavor, making this dish exceptional. This step right here is crucial. This is really important stuff right here. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and introduce this spinach in here like so. Put that spinach in there, just like that. Okay, I'm just gonna put this top on here so it can cook down faster. We're gonna come back and we're gonna continue to stir it up a little bit. Okay, as you can see, this is cooked down sufficiently. Like by putting the top on it, of course, it kind of causes, it accelerates the cooking of that spinach. Those mushrooms are nicely sauteed and complementing those beautifully, nicely smelling sauteed onions. That's the consistency that you want right there. All right. So basically, all we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna take this off the stove. Let's put them in this side dish right here, so they can await further orders. Okay. Just sit the pan right back on there like that, and we'll move this over to the side. Okay. Now that our chicken is finished marinating, we're gonna go ahead, grab our chicken. We went ahead and put some more olive oil in the bottom of the pan. Put a little butter in there, so that butter is going to help that chicken brown nicely, give it a nice brown coat. And again, we're preparing skinless thighs. I have skinless thighs, dark meat, and I have a few bits and pieces of tenderloin in there. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, so all we're going to do, we're not going to put any flour on this or anything like that. We're just going to sit it inside there like so. Set our chicken in there. All right. I'll set our chicken in there. Just let it brown all the way through. Almost like hibachi, Chinese hibachi. All right. And I want it to be chickeny, man. I want my rice and my garlic rice to have a lot of chicken in it. A lot of chicken. So you can get some chicken at every bite. And every bite, you're going to get some chicken, baby. Okay, so the chicken is doing its thing. You want to cook it about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Okay? About 2 to 3 minutes on each side. That's just sufficient to ensure that it's cooked through and through. Make sure you cook your chicken efficiently, because you don't want raw chicken. You don't want it to be raw on the inside. So make sure that when you're testing it on occasionally, make sure that it's cooking throughout. Okay, so as you can see, the chicken is done on both sides, cooked through and through. Take a look at that. Nice browning on there. And it's a little reddish because we put that paprika on there, right? So we're just going to turn our fire off real quick. And we're just going to move this over to this side dish right here. Okay, now we're going to go and get this rice together. As you know, as you can see, all that goodness from that chicken is still in the bottom of the pan. And we're going to use every ounce of it. So before we get started on that, we're going to go and put a little butter in here, like that. Let this melt. Make sure your fire is not too high. Let this melt in here like so. Okay. Let that butter melt in there. I hope you can see it. Let me move you a little bit closer. If I can get you a little bit closer. A little closer, baby. Just a little bit closer. Come on, come on, come on. Don't be afraid. Come on, get a little closer. There you go, there you go. All right. So with this right here, we're going to go ahead and put our garlic in here. All right. We'll put our garlic in there. Continue to let the garlic and that butter mix up. You don't want that garlic to burn. But you want to pull out the rich flavor in that garlic. All right. So you just do like so. Look at all that goodness. Go all the way at the bottom of the pan. Just scrape it up out of there. Scrape it up out of there. Yeah, just like that. Then we're gonna put that half a cup of white wine in there. If you don't want to use white wine, you don't have to. Use a little water, or use more chicken broth. All right, it's just like that. See that? There's nothing on that pan now. All of it's been mixed together, right? Now this particular recipe, it calls for like 3.5 cups of rice. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put our 3 cups of chicken broth in here. Just like that. Right? You got to let it come to a boil here. Let it simmer just a little bit. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my rice into our pan. Again, I'm using Uncle Ben's because I like Uncle Ben's. You can use any type of rice. It doesn't really matter what your preference is with regard to rice. Just make sure you read the back of the package so you'll know how long it takes for the rice to cook. All right, so we're just gonna let that go. Yep. Let that rice go like so. I have it on, you want it on simmer because it's right at the boiling point. Yeah, just loosen it up, keep stirring it like so. All right. Okay, from here, all you're gonna do is let that rice do its thing. Put the top on it. See it's starting to bubble a little bit. Just set it and forget it. It's gonna take about 20 minutes for that rice to get done, right? In the meantime, what I like to do, now you can prepare this, can finish up preparing this dish in this pan right here. But I like to put mine in a baking dish because we're gonna put it in the oven for just a few minutes because we're gonna put that cheese on top of it, right? That Parmesan cheese, so it'll melt. The only reason why we put it in the oven is to melt that cheese. Okay, again, like I said, you can serve this dish inside this pan if you like once you mix everything in, or you can move it over to a casserole dish, which is what I'm going to do, and put it in the oven for about maybe 5 minutes. I set my oven at 375, and the only reason why I'm going to put it in the oven is so that the Parmesan cheese can melt. So as you can see, my rice is all done. See how nice that is? All cooked through and through. It's not gummy, it's loose. So now all we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and add our delicious chicken and all those drippings inside there, like so. Just mix it in. You want to put your chicken on top, you're welcome to do that. And then we're going to take some of the spinach, put it in there like that. That's what, might as well use all of it, huh? Might as well use all of it. Like that. And just mix it in just like that. Mix it in just like that. That's that chicken scampi, garlic parmesan rice with fresh spinach. Now what I like to do, I have a little grated Parmesan. I'll put a little grated Parmesan in there like so. All right.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Now again, at this point, you can just put your mozzarella cheese on it, and it's a wrap. As a matter of fact, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna bypass the oven portion of this. That's that right there. Now what we're gonna do is get our mozzarella. And sprinkle our mozzarella on the top like that. We're not gonna go to the oven. Put our nice mozzarella over there like that. Okay. Just like so. And we're gonna put a top on it and let that mozzarella just melt. Okay. Here we go. We back again, y'all. Check it out. This is the finished product right here. And this dish, man, you got warm and casual, polished and inviting. Yeah, no question about it, man. This is EA's take on that chicken scampi with garlic, parmesan, rice, and spinach. You got sauteed onions and mushrooms in there. Yeah. Yep. A one-pan meal. It brings together that tender chicken, that buttery garlic, creamy Parmesan rice, and that vibrant spinach, man. Check it out. It's rich, satisfying. It's just perfect for a cozy night in. Yeah, dog. Look, I hope you all give it a try, and let me know how it turned out for you. Hey! So y'all already know this one is a wrap, right? This one is a wrap, man. This looks delicious, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this chicken scampi, a garlicky Parmesan rice with that fresh spinach, the onions, and that mushroom, man. Yeah, dog. Yeah. 1 second. You ready to do it, baby? You ready to do it? You ready to do it? Man, that is so delicious. Hey, I'm going, y'all. Peace out. Next week, stay tuned. My name is EA. Like and subscribe. Love y'all.